ಮಂಗಳೂರು ದೇರಳಕಟ್ಟೆಯ ಏನಪುಯ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಯುವ ಶೃಂಗಸಭೆ 2025 ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನ ಸಮಾರೋಪ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಜೂನ್ 6ರಂದು ಎಂಡ್ಯೂರೆನ್ಸ್ ಜೋನ್ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯಿತು. ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ PL ಧರ್ಮ ಕುಲಪತಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಅವರು ಉನ್ನತ ಸಾಧನೆಗೆ ತಾಳ್ಮೆ, ಸಹನೆ, ಶಿಸ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಆದರ್ಶ ಪಾಲನೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಿದರು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯುವಜನ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ರೀಡಾ ಇಲಾಖೆ, NSS ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕೋಶ ಹಾಗೂ ಏನಪುಯ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯ ಇದರ ಸಹಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಆವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿದ 3 ದಿನಗಳ ಜಾಗತಿಕ ಯುವ ಶೃಂಗಸಭೆ 2025 ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ಸಮಾರೋಪ ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಮಾತನಾಡಿದರು. ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಂ ವಿಜಯಕುಮಾರ್ ಉಪಕುಲಪತಿ ಏನಪುಯ ಪರಿಗಣಿತ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಇವರು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷೀಯ ಭಾಷಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಮನದಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏಳಿಗೆ ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರತಾಪ್ ಲಿಂಗಯ್ಯ ರಾಜ್ಯ NSS ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದ ಮುಖ್ಯಾಂಶವನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಿದರು. ನಾಡೋಜ ಉಡೆ P ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಸ್ಮಾರಕ ನಿಧಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಮೀರ್ ಬಾಬಾ ಹಣಕಾಸು ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ, ಏನಪುಯ ಪರಿಗಣಿತ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯ ಸಂಘಟನಾ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಅಶ್ವಿನಿ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದರು. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳನ್ನ ನವ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಪ್ರಿಯಾ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಶಿಫಾಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಿರೂಪಿಸಿದ್ರು. ದೇಶದ 20 ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳ 650ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಯುವ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು 15 ದೇಶಗಳ ಯುವ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ಈ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 8 ವಿವಿಧ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಗಳು, 3 ಚರ್ಚಾಗೋಷ್ಠಿಗಳು ದೇಶ ವಿದೇಶದ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಸಾಧಕರ ಸಮಾಗಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರವೇರಿತು.
Mr. Sushant and his team to come up on the dais to receive the token of appreciation from the dignitaries.
Inspiring leadership and constant encouragement have always been guiding light for us. Your vision for holistic education and commitment to academic excellence continue to inspire every initiative we undertake. Thank you for taking time from your valuable schedule to be with us today. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to our panelist, Mr. William Gordon Ekwe, Director of International Culture Youth Exchange, a global advocate for cultural exchange and youth empowerment. Thank you, sir, for coming here. And we have our panelist, Mr. Pasindu Guneratne, former Chairman and Director General of the National Youth Services Council of Sri Lanka, for your presence, sir. Thank you. And we have Dr. Devin Dangule, MD, the former advisor to the Director.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Now I feel like an LKG teacher and you as LKG student. Good evening, sir. That is what usually we say at that time. Good. You are still younger than what you are here. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Professor PL Dharmaji, the Vice Chancellor of the Mangalore University, the Guest of Honor, Nadoja Dr. Ude P. Krishna, the President of Karnataka Gandhi Smarka Nidhi, the NSS State Officer, Mr. Pratap Lingaya, and my colleague and the Organizing Secretary of this program, Dr. Ashwini Shetty, and all my colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, including all the delegates who have come all the way from outside the country and inside the country, and the resource persons. Very good evening to you all. I will not stand before you. This is more of a formal conclusion, so I have been asked to speak as the organizing chairman. I won't take more than probably 3 minutes. This has been a wonderful 2 days, and you are all there for the inauguration. We have spoken enough of it, and I have spoken a bit out of it when I was the panel discussion. So no more talking. On the other hand, I have a request. for those of you who are here. In Kannada, I'll translate it, don't worry. In Kannada, they will say one Vairagya. Mashana Vairagya, Purana Vairagya, and Prasava Vairagya. I'll tell what it is. As far as you are concerned, Purana Vairagya. When you people go to listen to the discourses, come home and take a oath that I will become one of the best as that person told. The next day morning, you are back to square one, you are what you were. And that is why this transient period, we call it as Purana Vairagya. It goes with the wind. My request is, today's summit, whatever you have gone through for 2 days, should not become like that. I hope at least something what has been spoken today and yesterday has entered you, and it has to be there in your lifetime, so that one point you take and at least try to live with that. I'll be happy that we have done our job, and I'm thankful to all of you for being here. Before I conclude, I thank the NSS officers and the Department of Youth Empowerment and Sports and Government of Karnataka, and also my NSS team headed by Dr. Ashwini Shetty for making and giving us an opportunity to organize this. And as you all know, this is the first ever NSS program. They are doing it in this scale, and 750 people attended is very good number, and I only hope you take home at least some good memories and some good thoughts, which will become an action, which will become your habit and then your character. Thank you very much for being here. All the best and God bless. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging and visionary words. To formally express our gratitude to all those who have made this summit a grand success, I invite Mrs. Priya, Program Officer of Enapaya Institute of Art, Science, Commerce, Management. Over to you, ma'am.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. A very good afternoon to one and all. As we come to conclusion of the Grand Global Youth Summit 2025 organized by State NSS Cell, Youth Empowerment and Sports, Government of Karnataka, I take immense pride and joy in delivering the vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee. This summit has been a celebration of youthful energy, transformative ideas, environmental responsibility, leadership, and global unity. Over the past days, we have been witnessed dynamic panel discussions, cultural exchanges, inspiring addresses, and interactive sessions that have left us enlightened and empowered. Let me begin by extending our heartfelt gratitude to the visionary leaders, Dr. Enapaya Abdullah Kunni, Chancellor of Enapaya deemed to be University, and Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Mohammad Farhad Enapaya, whose unwavering support and blessings laid the foundation for this summit's success. A special thanks to Shri Randeep D. IAS, former Secretary, Department, Youth Empowerment and Sports, Government of Karnataka, for his constant encouragement and forward-looking leadership. And also thanks to Shri Naveen Raj Singh, Secretary, Department, Youth Empowerment.
They were deliberating upon the way in which conflict was created here. You were so busy talking, absolutely so busy talking. You did not even understand what they were saying except for few. And then, this is very important, and then when the prayer was sung here, there was absolutely silence. Now I can understand the youth psyche in India and abroad. I hope you understand the crux of what I'm trying to say. When the experts were discussing, deliberating, you had no patience to listen. And you didn't want to even, because you thought that is your right as youth to reject what they say. But when your young friends were singing here, reciting religious mantra from Bible, from Quran, and then Gita, you maintain silence. You have an answer to your conflict here. I'm still hopeful that the religion rules this country, religion rules this world, then neither the democracy nor any ideology. And how can you resolve the conflict? It is a youth summit. The entire world depended upon you. The entire world is depending on you. And you became absolutely silent. And I'm sure, you should do that. You should do that. And you should also do the causes that was represented by my panelists, respective panelists there. My dear young friends, I came here to speak to you, but now I understand the mood. It is absolutely at the last minute of your program. I do not want to come in your way. My university is about 2.5 kilometers from here. Vice Chancellor Sahab, my Mangalore University is, located in not more than 2.5 kilometers. Please come and visit. Unlike the Yanapoya University, we too have a university. We too have there 4,500 students pursuing their post-graduation, all of them with the same naughty behavior of what you did here. I understand your mind, and I know what you want and what you don't want, and that's why the speeches and the lectures do not matter to you. Thank you so much for being a wonderful youth throughout the world, and you are the hopes. That is what exactly we always believe. You are the hope, and not only the hopes, you make us live happily because of your behavior. Be always youthful, absolutely fun-loving, and at the same time, take care of this country, this world, this planet, so that you, your next generation, your children will also live happily. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm grateful to my colleague, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Yanapoya University, and my young friends here, and everybody. Dr. Pratap, thank you so much for the invitation. Have a wonderful time. Jai Hind.
ಒಂದು ಜನ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡೋಣ. The topic for today is building a healthy nation, youth and public health. In this topic, I have divided this entire session into two main aspects. What is the role of youth? What are the main challenges that the youth are facing in terms of their health, mental health and physical health? Along with that, we will also be dealing with how to build a robust public health system for the country. So without much further ado, I want many people can join together, live in harmony. They can go for walks, they can go for cycle rides, they can go for treks and hikes. This is what we dream of as a good public health system. Let's compare that to other countries. This was what was the headline that was running just about 4-5 years ago in India when the COVID-19 pandemic hit us. There was all this talk about mass cremations in New Delhi. India is suffering from a huge COVID crisis. There is medical oxygen shortage in the hospital, and every day we were setting new infection records. But there is one other headline that the media doesn't highlight, that we don't generally talk about, and that is this. There was a cost that we paid. We went into a lockdown in 2020 and 2021. Many of you might remember that we couldn't step out of our homes for 2-3 months together, and all our classes shifted online, through which we could even submit our assignments and do other things. Because we shifted to a full-fledged lockdown, this is the headline that nobody talks about. There were 1 lakh lives saved, and this is documented in the Economic Survey of India, which talks about how India prevented the spread of 37 lakh cases of COVID by imposing a lockdown. How did this happen? When we were all spending time at homes and being safe and trying to avoid the infection of COVID, the health infrastructure of our country was being continuously ramped up. All that medical shortage, medical oxygen shortage, the shortage of remdesivir, and everything was being fixed when we were in lockdown. Of course, this is a story that
every human in Russia, not just doing some sport, he tries to be involved in this activity from the childhood, and I think it's literally in our roots and it literally in our DNA. So in Russia we have a lot of state programs that allows to create different sport grounds all over the towns and cities. So for example, if you go down to the streets in every city in Russia, you will see a lot of sport grounds that are created in parks or in some, even in the court sides. So I want to say that sport should be not just a type of activity, it should be a part of the culture, it should be the unifying force that can unite people, and it should be not just a way to be healthier or keep yourself fit, it should be more than that. Because as a doctor, I can literally say that sport is the simplest way to reduce all of the hormones or different substances in your body that affects negatively to your body. For example, sports is the best way to lose calories, as you all know. Sports is the best way to lower the level of lipids in your body, such as cholesterol, such as lipoproteins of different density, and of course different hormones such as cortisol, for example. It helps to raise the level of the good hormones such as serotonin and dopamine, and I think you know that these hormones are responsible for your mood. They're responsible
of the world, and the day may not be far when youngsters, a large population of youngsters, will also turn diabetic. Here, in this picture, this is where I have to keep the talk interactive to ensure that you are following me, to ensure that you are with me in this conversation. Guess the amount of sugar. How many teaspoons of sugar is there in this glass of Coke, Coca-Cola, or any other? Yeah, the one in the second row wearing the blazer, please go ahead. Yeah. 5 teaspoons of sugar. Okay, any other guesses? 0. 10. Okay, 5 and 10. The answer is 8 teaspoons, maybe 500 ml as 10 teaspoons of sugar, but we all know that drinking huge amount of Coca-Cola is bad for our health. So instead, what did we do? We started consuming fruit juice. Fruit juice, we don't realize, also has sugar. Maybe it has slightly less amount of sugar, but even this packaged mango drink, not the freshly squeezed juice, but the packaged juice like Real, Be Natural. I don't want to defame any brands, but these are the major brands that we consume in our country. Guess how much sugar, how many teaspoons of sugar this has? The same people, if you can guess again.
Expect us back if we make sense in the forum, if we make sense in our dialogue, if we make sense in what we talk. So it's a both way, and especially because of the social media. Our elder generation is very much behind social media, and today they have started trusting and believing us when it comes to social media. So that is one advantage young people have in any forum, any place today, because all the political parties, all the organizations have given the leadership for young people to take the communication role, to lead the communication, to be the spokespersons, to be the face. But we have to do the job right. If you don't do the job right, no one will take you serious. So it's two ways.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that. Mr. Pasindu, the question is, since you were the first person that you got when you became the president.
Actually, one of the biggest challenges that I faced was to make people believe that young people can work. That is the biggest challenge that I see, because when I was sitting in that chair, because in Sri Lanka, chairman and Director General of Youth Services also the same person who holds the chair of the National Youth Services Council. So that's a big post in the government. So the thing was like, when the first day that I went there and I sat on the chair, the people were like, you know, all the staff, like, there were like 1,200 staff working under me. So they were like, is this small child can do this? So we had to, you know, break down that barrier. That was the main challenge that I do. But when we were working with them, they got to know that young people are the ones who can really change this thing. So that is the main thing that I saw. So I think the solution lies in giving young people the opportunity, trusting in them, because young people are the ones one day who will make the change that the generations have been looking for. So that's my simple question. That was the main challenge that I had.
Thank you, Pasindu. So my next question is to Dr. Devin. Doctor, you've had a unique role of, involving and being part of, both the healthcare system as well as, youth empowerment and, working with the youths. So based on your experience, how do you think that, we can go beyond, involving youth just as participants, and instead, actually build systems where, young people can actively contribute to public health, infrastructure, education and other related sectors?
Thank you, Neeraj. So first of all, I would like to thank for having me here. And it's an honor and privilege to be here on this stage with you, esteemed gentlemen. I was listening to all the speeches yesterday, Mr. Kunal, Dr. Anil, they were very inspirational. And I've seen the effort Professor Ashwini and all are putting, so hats off for that. Thank you so much once again for having me here. Can we have a good round of applause for these amazing gentlemen who's organizing this, right? So getting back to your question, Neeraj. So, so during my work time as a youth activities, what I realized is that the youth, they are just given a seat at the table, but more often they're just seated. They don't get to design the table itself. So what I mean by that is, they are often